Yo, what is going on, people? My name is Tanner. Welcome to Crypto Bible, third upload of the day for you guys. And I have a live stream coming up for you guys as well. So trying to keep you people updated, man. You know how it goes. And it seems like a day of expert opinions because we have got yet another expert opinion. If you don't know what I'm talking about, my previous video basically gave I was basically an upload of 4 experts within the cryptocurrency field giving their opinion on what the future of crypto can hold. This video, however, is basically an expert opinion from a highly credible lady who gives her opinion on what the future will basically hold for Binance, which I thought was quite important to go over. Her name is Christine Parker. And before I show you the actual article, I want to just tell you who she is, just so you can understand how credible her opinion actually is. And she basically gives us an overview of what she believes could come with Binance and all the regulatory requirements and everything else. And, you know, what she thinks could happen in the future, because I think it's important that we get an opinion like this from someone, right? So this is her. This is our lady right here, Christine Parker. And I just wanted to give you a quick overview of who she actually is. So Christine's practice focuses on regulatory enforcement and transactional matters related to commodities, derivatives, and cryptocurrencies, including trading and exchange-related matters and compliance and regulatory issues relating to the Commodity Exchange Act, CFTC regulations, and CFTC regulated exchanges and clearing houses. Bloody hell. So yeah, highly credible person. So her opinion does definitely matter. This is literally her bread and butter, the situation with Binance. Regulatory on cryptocurrencies and trading exchanges related matters and compliance and regulatory issues. So, it's exactly the type of person who we need an opinion from. And it's exactly the type of person who, we should definitely be listening to when she does have an opinion on such a big matter that people kind of need to understand, what's really happening. And, she can give you watching some kind of clarity on what's going to happen. But we'll have a quick read of this article anyway, and we'll see exactly what she thinks. So let me just get out for you guys. Here we go. So the actual title is literally for Binance: "The ship may have already sailed" on this count. So this is actually one of our quotes, which we'll get to. So Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange by volume, has been dealing with several headwinds lately in the form of regulatory action across the globe, be it in the UK, the USA, Japan, Canada, and more recently, Italy, among other countries. In fact, amidst rising regulatory concerns, the exchange recently discontinued its newly launched stock token services. In light of these events, the crypto community is beginning to raise serious questions, concerns around Binance's global reach being one of them. Is it too late for the exchange to avoid regulatory repercussions, or worse, is this the beginning of an end? These and other related issues were discussed on a recent episode of Unconfirmed with Christine Parker, partner at Reed Smith LLP, being the latest guest. Founded in 2017, Binance has a global reach of several million in terms of users across different regions in the world. However, a peculiar fact about this exchange is that it's not based out of any physical headquarters. In this regard, Parker opinioned. So Binance has certainly been on the radar of global regulators for some period of time, but I certainly think the lack of jurisdictions of the entity itself has already hampered their efforts and ability to bring these actions against them. So one of the things that we were obviously speaking about in one of my previous videos was that, a lot of these financial institutions and these regulators and everything else are getting involved now because cryptocurrency has just kind of boomed out of nowhere. And, Binance being one of the biggest cryptocurrency exchange, they've had a big attack on them, but maybe rightly so, because we now understand that they haven't been regulated for a very long time as well. And, only now that it's getting very popular, now all of this is happening. So before, where it was quite quiet, maybe there wasn't such a need to. So it's basically what she's trying to say. Oh, there it is. 2 seconds. Let me just make sure you guys can see. Yes, you can. So she further clarified by mentioning the regulatory process in a typical cross-border settling, one wherein the norm is for regulators to either submit an MOU directly or through a foreign regulator in a foreign jurisdiction in order to procure requisite information. In the case of Binance, however, this is one of the challenges our regulators have to face, as it's hard to pin down where the actual jurisdiction is. The same has been caused for a delay. Discussing whether or not reports regarding US regulatory bodies, including the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, Internal Revenue Service, as well as the Department of Justice, going after Binance are speculative, Parker claimed. My guess is that the reports are very accurate. I think we've got some precedents in the BitMEX case where we heard reports of the CFTC and DOJ investigating them, and that turned out to be correct. My guess is that probably in the next 6 to 9 months, you'll see either a settlement with the CFTC, DOJ, or DOJ or IRS. In fact, she also clarified that in the event that the settlement does not occur, then Binance will likely be charged for violations of law as per respective regulations applicable in the Southern District of New York or Washington, D.C., depending on the number of federal agencies involved. How soon might regulators start to take action against Binance, however, according to the exec? It is unclear when you take into account the activities of Binance US. For them, the best resolution would be something very speedy, some kind of settlement with Binance to allow them to move forward in the US with the US regulators and with a somewhat clean slate. But there just may be a difference of opinion. Sorry, I've been reading a lot this morning, so I apologize for that. In such a case, Binance may take the view that they are engaging in an activity in their jurisdiction, wherever that is, and decide to fight the case. Regulatory concerns aside, jurisdiction is not a concern for Binance users at all, as they need is a website and a VPN to gain access to their services. Having said that, the question of whether Binance's operations can continue unhindered and whether users will suffer on account of its troubles cannot be ignored. So, is it too late for Binance to avoid regulatory penalties? This is where she says the ship might have sailed on that one. It might be too late for that. It's a strict liability test in the US if you offer derivatives and are unregulated in the US. Even if they pivot now, it's too late to sort of clean up the past bad acts. Unlike BitMEX, which was charged for criminal offenses, Parker doesn't see these ongoing investigations as a tool by the regulators to do the same with Binance and its CEO, CZ. However, the US regulators have precedent, she cautioned. It's worth pointing out that CZ recently released a letter acknowledging these concerns and discussing the road ahead. So that's basically her opinion right there. She does believe that the ship may have sailed. Now, I know she's been mentioning Binance US a lot in this article. However, it definitely does, show the same acts towards the UK and everywhere else in the world, because the same thing is basically happening. For those of you that do not know, there were regulatory concerns in the US for Binance last year, to which they did have to move to a Binance US version of the app, which basically just offers far less features within it and far less available cryptos to actually purchase on there too. So this is her opinion. She does believe that the ship may have already sailed for Binance. Maybe things could get worse. Of course, this is just her opinion. This is just a Binance update. We haven't had many major news coming out of Binance, any developments. We haven't had anything like that at the moment, but I thought it would be important to give you guys an opinion from an expert who basically believes that, anything could really happen at this point. She doesn't think that things will happen very quickly. She's hoping that there could be a turnaround maybe within the next 6 to 9 months. We just have to wait and see. And it was obviously definitely worth mentioning that CZ did, of course, send a letter out letting everyone know that he has acknowledged all of the concerns. And, are they just waiting to do something behind the scenes? I don't know. But look, I wanted to give you guys a Binance update anyway, because it's been a bit of a while being a day, 2 days. Because every day that has been, so literally yesterday was like the only day there wasn't really anything about Binance, no further bad news, right? So yeah, make of what you will of that opinion from Christine Parker. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll leave a link to this article in the link in the description, just because the reading within it was so bad from me. I do apologize for that. I've been reading so many articles this morning trying to find the best news updates for you guys. And what is it? It's now 4 o'clock. And literally I'm just my mind is just baffled. So I apologize for that. But look, hopefully you have enjoyed the video nonetheless. Hopefully you have subscribed and liked the video by now as well. Ensure your notifications are turned on, and I will be doing a live stream very, very shortly, looking at about 6:30 p.m. UK time. So just a few hours after this video is posted. So please be sure to join me there too. Otherwise, ensure your notifications are turned on, subscribe, like the video, Discord, and a link in the description below. And yeah, I think that's going to cover it, guys. I will see you guys very, very soon. Take it easy.